Welcome to the Get Trauma Informed podcast, dedicated to unraveling the complexities of trauma, its pervasive impact, and the journey towards holistic recovery and realignment. If your radiance has ever felt muted, like I and thousands of others, you're in the right place to reignite your inner light. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast. Why does growth sometimes feel like loss? Why does becoming who you are require distance from what you have always known? What if separation is not rejection, but part of recovery? Welcome back to the Get Trauma Informed podcast. I'm your host, peer-to-peer wellness coach Liz Blanding. And today, I want to take us deeper into identity restoration, separation, and what it means when your growth begins to change your environment. You see, there are so many lessons that I learned as the trauma-informed girl. One of the things that I learned was that as you begin to grow, you begin to set boundaries. As you begin to become more aware, something begins to shift. It begins to change, not just within you, but around you as well. The environments, relationships, and patterns that once felt familiar may begin to feel uncomfortable, not because you're doing something wrong, but because you are no longer functioning the same way. When identity begins to change, alignment begins to matter. And sometimes alignment requires separation. This does not always mean cutting people off, but it does not mean making drastic changes. Sometimes, though, separation looks like cutting space for yourself, creating that space for yourself, limiting access, choosing different conversations, spending more time with yourself. And this can feel uncomfortable, even painful, because your system may interpret separation as rejection, loss, and even disconnection. But in recovery, separation is often protection. It creates space for you to think clearly, feel safe, and think differently. And this is all without being pulled back into patterns that no longer support or serve you. See, there were moments in my journey when I realized I could not grow and stay the same at the same time. Oh, wait, let's repeat that. We cannot grow and stay the same at the same time. See, I could not become more aware and continue in the environments that required me to stay unaware. Let's sit with that for a minute. That did not make these environments bad, but it did mean they were no longer aligned with who I was becoming. And I had to learn that creating space was not abandonment, it was responsibility. Let's anchor this spiritually. In Ecclesiastes 3:1, it says, "To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven." Seasons change, growth changes, and sometimes relationships and environments shift with that growth. This is not failure. This is movement. I want you to ask yourself, what in my life feels out of alignment right now? Where might I need space in order to continue to grow? And what would it look like to create that space without fear? If this resonates with you, you are invited to continue this journey inside the Oasis Wellness Academy, where we walk through identity, recovery, and restoration with structure and support. Growth may feel uncomfortable. It may feel unfamiliar. It may even feel lonely at times, but you are not losing yourself. You are finding yourself. You are finding you. We are recovering one breath at a time. Give yourself grace and stay fearless. Bye for now. It's time to buckle up. No more suffering in silence. Our Power Pack journey to recovery and realignment starts now. Remember, you were collateral damage on someone else's warpath. Trauma is not your fault. Recovery, however, is your responsibility. I'm your host, Wellness Coach Liz Blanding, and this is the Get Trauma Informed podcast.